Shalom, shalom. Salakia, my tablet cut off all of a sudden, man. I don't know what goes on. Every time I try to do a video on something regarding the Ish people or, bringing out some pretty much truth, really. Esau always tries to do these little tricks with my tablet to where it always cuts off the recording. Like I was just in the middle of it and of the paragraph, and I think it just cut off. But I'm going to read it again. It says the Balfour Declaration was endorsed by the principal Allied powers and was included in the British Mandate over Palestine, formally approved by the newly created League of Nations on July 24, 1922. In May 1939, the British government altered its policy on a white paper, recommending a limit of 75,000 further immigrants and an end to immigration by 1944, unless the resident Palestinian Arabs of the region consented to further immigration. Zionists condemned the new policy, accusing Britain of favoring the Arabs. This point was made moot by the outbreak of World War II and the founding of the State of Israel in 1948. Right, so ultimately, all that was pushed aside. The limit of the immigrants that was allowed into the land of Palestine, which ultimately then later became known as the land of Israel, which was always the land of Israel, but they established the state of Israel at that time, right? And but what's funny is going back to the point of Israel always being at war. When you go on Google, I went on Google and typed in Arab war against Israel, and as soon as they got done making that announcement of the independent state of Israel, a war broke out, right? It says, and I'm just going to read this top part that's highlighted. It says, the Arab-Israeli War of 1948 broke out when 5 Arab nations invaded territory in the former Palestinian Mandate immediately following the announcement of the independence of the State of Israel in May 14th, 1948. You see, so Israel has always been at war, man. These gutter rats have always been at war ever since they established Israel to be an independent state. I mean, as soon as they announced it, they've been at war, man. They constantly been at war. Just showing you that they ain't the people, man. They're constantly getting rockets bombed on them. They're constantly shooting rockets, They gotta constantly use that Iron Dome that they got. The scriptures tell us that once Israel gets established in their homeland, they will be at peace. And first of all, there wouldn't be no sheet of paper written and agreed by Esau and these other nations, to allow y'all to come back to the homeland and whatever, right? No, the scriptures tell us that the Most High will bring us back. What happened to that? Why haven't anybody heard of the Most High bring y'all back? Everyone's heard of still talking about Egypt, the Exodus from Egypt. The whole world ain't talking about y'all being delivered and being brought back, by the hand of the Most High. No one's talking about that. Why y'all still at war? And then why y'all got all this pink city and all this bullshit going on over there? Just for the showing y'all ain't the people. But let's get some precepts, to further back this point up. We're going to start off with Luke 21. Let's get this. Luke 21. And we're going to start at verse 20. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. excuse me, now this is talking about 70 AD, right? That's what this is going into. In verse 21, it says, Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Right? Because this is the time period when Jake was scattered. They were pretty much, in a way, exiled from the land of Israel, right? They were pushed out, right? Because the Romans came and invaded, started attacking Israel, man. But I mean, you can look up 70 A.D. Look at what happened in that time, man. But verse 22 it says, "For these be the day of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled." It says, "But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled." Now, of course, Jerusalem, this is talking about the nation of Israel, right? Because Jerusalem is a people before a place. But also, this is also talking about the land, right? Jake is going to be trodden down, put into captivity, enslaved by all these other nations, right? By all the heathens, but as well as the land. The land will be taken, and Esau will be in control of the land. Not right now. You got Ishmael and Esau fighting over that land, right? It says until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, meaning the time period for these nations to be allowed to rule over us will be done, right? And that time is coming. The return of Yahushua will end that time period, and then Israel will be ruling forever, right? So now we know that, right? We know that the heathen will be in our land, right? So now let's go to Jeremiah 16. And verse 11 it says, Then shalt thou say unto them, Because your fathers have forsaken me, saith Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law, and ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. This is the point right here. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there shall ye serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor. So we will be cast out into another land, right? And serve, other gods, right? Which that happened. But continuing on a little bit more, it says, Therefore, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So now the Most High, as the title right here says, it says the Most High will restore them. There's going to come a time where the Most High, or there came a time where the Most High casts us out, and that happened during 70 AD. And then eventually, we got taken into captivity, various captivities. Well, we have various captivities by these other nations, right? Because we were shipped around here and there, traded, right? Became commodity to the heathen, right? But it says, verse 14, I'm going to read it again. It says, Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Talking about here, right? North America. And from all the lands, whether he hath driven them. Again, because Israel is scattered throughout all the four corners of the earth, all these nations. Israel is somewhere in there, right? But the point being is that it shall no more will we be talking about the exodus out of Egypt. The main point we'll be focusing on now will be our exodus out of this land and out of all the other lands that the elect are scattered from, right? But it says, and I will bring them again into their land, and that I gave unto their fathers. You see? So the Most High will bring us out of all these various lands and bring us back to our homeland. Like I said earlier, the scriptures doesn't say that the heathen are going to write up a declaration and make this paperwork and they're going to set us up, No, the Most High is the one that's going to do this, right? So let's get another one. Let's get Isaiah. Let's get Isaiah chapter 2. And we're going to start at verse 2. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem, which is the laws of the scriptures, which these gutter rats are not upholding. Right? Hey, the scriptures say it. Show favor. Come on. What? I think it might be in the Apocrypha. But either ways, the scripture goes, show favor unto the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. Right? In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly, roughly paraphrasing. Right? So Esau will be in the land. Esau will be in the land of Israel, but yet he will still do wickedness. If you go there now, they uphold this whole Mo shit. They got this shit called Pink City, right? They do these Mo parades and all this other shit. Nastiness. They promote that shit, right? Just for the proving, these ain't the people. But let's continue on. It says, verse 4, it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. You see? So the nations will not learn war anymore. They're gonna beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Their weapons. The weapons are gonna be dismantled. And it says plowshares and pruning hooks, going into agricultural tools. They're gonna be put to work, right? They're gonna be serfs. They're gonna be serving us, right? They're gonna be out there in the field working. They ain't gonna be picking up swords and making weapons of mass destruction no more. Nah, all that's gonna be over with. You ain't gonna hear about war in the kingdom. There's gonna be no such thing, right? And just further prove that, let's get another one. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Let's get Isaiah 60 and verse 18. just jump straight to the point. It says, "Violence shall no more be heard in thy land." This is talking about when we get established in the land of Israel, right? "Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise." You see? Let me just read a little bit more. It says, "The sun shall shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee. But Yahweh shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power thy glory." You see, so ultimately, just further proving, man, hey, these ain't the people. These ain't the people. The Most High. Where's the Most High? I mean, how's the Most High dealing with y'all? And the scriptures even tells us that King David will be ruling. Where's King David? Where are the 12? Scriptures also tell us that the Israelites will be immortal. How come I just read in that article that's 20 something Israelis died? I believe it was. I think it said 22. Right, 22 Israelis have been killed. But yet the scriptures tell us that once we get established in the kingdom, that we're going to be immortal. As a matter of fact, let me get that. I believe in the book of Revelation. Yep, right here. Revelation 21. Let me see. Right here in verse 2, I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband." When did this happen? If y'all are the people, when did this happen? It says, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow." I mean, it seems like this is a couple families that are pretty sorrowful from the lost ones, right? You got 22 people that died. They must have had some families, some of their children, wives, or whatever, crying right now. But it says, "Nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain." Hey, well, it says death too. I just read death. Motherfuckers dying. It said, "Neither shall be any more pain, for all the former things are passed away." So obviously, again, they ain't the people, man. Obviously, these are imposters. Imposters posing to be the nation of Israel, right? And that time is going to come where everybody's going to realize that these are not the people. The world's going to find out that the true Israelites are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And when that information comes to light, that's whenever these damn devils are going to go full force. They're going to go hard on trying to wipe out Jake, right? That information is already coming out. A lot of these Edomites are trying to figure out that, hey, the so-called Latinos, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true and biblical Israelites. But that veil is going to start getting, pulled back even more and more, right? That's why this information is very controversial, very offending, not offending, but offensive toward these gutter rats. That's what they call Jake anti-Semitic, right? You know, trying to give these little connotations to make us seem like we're the enemy, like we're the racists. When these are the motherfuckers that took our name, took our nationality, and they're the ones that's posing to be us, and gave us these proverbs and bywords uh, uh, to live under. But once we start coming and realizing the truth, now there's a problem. Jake can call themselves anything under the sun. But once you call yourself an Israelite, a Hebrew Israelite, now there's a problem, right? But you know, it is where it is. Soon the Most High is gonna justify us and put us back into our homeland. It is written. I just read it, and that's what we're waiting for, right? You know, so I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachacha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Until the next time, I'm going to say, Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, and Abad Ball.